in the new renovated studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. Welcome to the new Full Size Podcast home.
I like
in the basement. It's
random
done.
squiggle behind you. Like I'm fucking
you like my
crazy.
squiggle?
I like the squiggle.
I'm nuts.
It's like neon light squiggles behind me. We got my basement is finished. At least half of it. This half of it is finally finished.
They changed colors, right? They changed colors. This is
the lights changed colors in the ceiling. I got Govee recessed lighting in all the ceiling. They all changed colors if you wanted brightness and all that
It's
stuff.
Rihanna
and,
down here. All of the lights, dude. We got everything.
All of the lights.
Dad and I spent a lot of time down here starting December. Finished up down here about maybe 3 weeks ago, at least on this side. I mean, the flooring, the walls, the ceiling, the drywall, every bit of it. It was a big learning experience for me, that's for sure. I learned a shit ton of stuff, and I still don't do it right. I just fucked up spackling and sanding on the other side of the basement.
It's so hard to get smooth.
It's
flat.
Well, that's the problem.
No, it ain't, son.
It's too easy to take too much off.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Big thanks to Dad for working on your basement.
No, I realize
burning.
I'm very lucky that he knows what he knows and is able to do what he was doing, even in the midst of just getting his knee replaced last week.
Yeah, we were saying
his third one, by the way.
He should do. We were saying in his retirement.
To look forward to.
Yeah.
In his retirement, he should do a YouTube channel where he helps people with stuff around their house, like a home repair. But it wouldn't work.
What's your dad's name? Henry?
Henry, yeah. Henry's Home Improvement or something.
Yeah, you got all the H's right there.
I said
Henry's
get the
home.
fucking flathead, not the
handyman.
And then fucking people just don't know what the fuck they're doing. And
that's exactly what it would be.
People are fucking stupid and they do it this way, and then you wind up having to do it again later anyway. So just do it right the first time.
Did I tell the story on here when Mom said that my first car having crank windows was good? Did I tell that on here?
Yeah, I think you did, but it's okay.
It's a long... Mom, anyway, I got my first car. It was a 91 Sunbird. My dad got it for me. And it had a hand crank window, and my mom was like, man, it's great in case you drive into water. He's like, but you get in the house. You just ruin the whole moment.
What the hell? God. Yeah. He was just like, Gino, what the fuck? Like that was it. It's like, what the fuck, Gino? Well, the first thing you think about is him driving into a lake.
They did say it was best on Mythbusters, so
they did. I'm sure. Well, it wouldn't short out the system, and you'd be able to roll down, right? That's the whole point, right?
I missed that show with a
great show.
Passion.
Oh my god. One of the guys,
Jamie.
Yeah. Wait, he died. Jamie Heineman?
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Adam still makes videos regularly.
He's a teacher.
No, he died, dude. He definitely died.
Grant Imahara died.
Grant Imahara died.
The Asian guy.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Wait, who died from Mythbusters? Who died from...
Jamie Heineman's like a college professor now.
His last name's Heineman?
Heineman.
Heineman. Good.
Yeah, he died of cancer, right?
Oh,
that's right, dude.
My bad. I messed up.
A brain aneurysm.
Jamie is alive.
Yeah, Jamie's alive.
So sorry.
Dude, a brain aneurysm, they say that you're literally just alive and done.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 10-second thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of a good way to go if you're going to go.
Yeah,
for sure.
Honestly, that's what everybody wants, right? It just lights out. You don't even notice
Who's
it.
standing with him there? Kevin Burke? Who's that?
No, it's the other guy.
Does it look like Kevin?
The other guy.
Looks like Kevin.
Her name's Carrie something.
Carrie, and I forget the other guy's name, the white guy that was with them too. It was like the B team for Mythbusters, right?
Not Brad.
It was Jamie and Adam were the A team. These guys were B team. What a great time in television.
Yeah. Remember that?
You had West Coast Choppers and Monster Garage.
Dude, Monster Garage was the sickest fucking show ever.
That was Jesse James.
Yeah,
right?
they're like, here's a 49 Mercury, turn it into a fucking tank.
Yeah,
it's like, all right.
The mid 2000s or the early 2000s, scripted television boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just nothing compares.
Orange County Choppers.
It was on the heels of even wackier television and movies.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just it got I don't know. I think it moved from wacky television and movie to just wacky television, reality television.
Yes,
it did.
And a lot of it was, how could we take something so crazy and off the beaten track and make it feel real, like reality?
Yeah.
How can we take this fucking wild thing? How could we take the normal?
They did Monster House.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
They're
they did a whole house.
Take a mail truck and turn it into a golf ball recycler.
My favorite example of those kinds of reality shows still is anything on MTV at the time.
Anything.
Next Bus. Remember the Next?
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my
People
God.
would step off the bus. The
Tila
most
Tequila.
judgmental show in the world.
Yeah.
Tila Tequila. I never watched that show.
It was terrible. I had to because it was a part of the lineup of somebody I was with at the time and wanted to watch it.
That makes sense.
Which is
It was
fine.
homework.
She watched Monster
It was
Garage, so I
torture.
owed her some Tila Tequila. But that was just like,
Kyle, did you go home? Did you watch the latest episode so we could talk about it?
of White Lotus?
No, I didn't
No,
watch White Lotus.
Tila Tequila.
Oh, okay.
No, we did have homework though over the weekend. We did have to watch a movie.
My
Yeah.
homework for you guys might be White Lotus, so don't forget about me saying that. But
I
Phil
haven't
gave
watched
us
it. I haven't watched White
I gotta-
Lotus. I've heard a lot about
I
it.
gotta
the
get
newest
into that.
season's great.
I don't know.
Oh,
I've never seen it.
HBO, right?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
see, I have HBO Max, so I should watch it.
My wife watches. I don't watch it.
So
yet.
does my wife. She watched it too. But
Yep.
yeah, no, Phil did give us homework. Speaking of being required to watch something,
It was the best
yeah.
homework I've ever been given.
we won't do it
because-
for the Oscars, but
Yeah,
we'll do it
yeah.
for shitty movies.
Oppenheimer? Nope.
No.
We're watching.
So
Sorry.
tell us about how did this come about? Because like Phil just randomly says like we should watch a stupid movie and talk about it.
Yeah,
And
I mean, because we're like of similar ages, and we know what bad movies are of the '90s.
first ones that come to mind
Yeah.
today is like the Sharknadoes
Yeah.
and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, Mega Shark versus
Mega
Giant
Shark, Giant
Octopus.
Octopus.
So
right?
that's like what's that? Gen Z? That's like a Gen
Yeah.
Z movie for like
Yeah.
the analogy there.
Correct.
For us, it's like Three Ninjas. We have this movie which we're about to talk
Like
about.
Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, like funny
Yeah,
stuff.
that's in there as well.
Yeah.
There's also like
Dumb and Dumber.
those odd kid family movies. I mean, you can lump Home Alone in there.
Of course.
But
But then you
this-
start getting towards like, what about ones that are like almost should have been a TV movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some of those too where it's like the only reason this got greenlit is because streaming doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It
Like-
needed to go somewhere, and the only place was either television or movie.
And it-
and it doesn't fit anywhere.
No.
A lot of things got greenlit because of the success of the first one,
Yeah.
and they didn't even include the major actors that were involved in the first one.
Yeah.
like so many sequels. It's like where's all those people?
Yeah, where's
Or-
Johan or
Yeah,
whatever?
where are they? Where are they all?
Yeah.
like
or in the case of this movie,
yeah.
well, let's just grab ingredients from all these good movies, put them in a pot, and I'm sure it'll taste just as great.
Yeah.
This movie reminded
And
me.
that's exactly what this movie is.
This movie reminded me of like that thing where those guys sculpt cars out of clay, concept
Yeah.
cars, and there's all this leftover clay from 15 different cars. So
Yeah.
they're just like, let's make another car.
Yep.
There you
It's
go.
a 40, 40, 150,
We got
253.
adopted kids. We got Leslie Nielsen needs work.
You got a famous rapper at the time.
Got a famous rapper. We
Yeah.
got beachfront property in Malibu. Let's do this.
Yeah, we got it.
What can we do?
Phenomenons.
And
Two cultural phenomena. We got skateboarding and three.
Royalty.
Surfing.
If you have a ro-
Royalty,
if you have a ro-
four. You got
Yeah.
royalty, surfing,
Yeah.
ninjas, skateboarding,
non-90s food.
Yeah.
food, as it's called at the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot there, but this masterpiece is called Surf Ninjas.
Yes, sir. Surf ninjas. Man.
Surf Ninjas.
Here, I'll play this to get us in the.
Yeah.
This screams
This
90s.
is, yeah, this is Tone Loc at his finest. I mean, the Wild Thing was good in Funky Cole Medina, but like
course.
this is the best.
This is lowered Caprice, windows down, going through an intersection where people are making eye contact. Like, don't even say anything.
I'm so white. So like, I just caught a glimpse of myself in the monitor. I'm so fucking white. I'm there bopping my head like I'm listening to James Taylor.
Tyler's so. Imagine Tyler being white boy. I really like this beat. Sometimes my tummy
so
hurts
good.
when I eat.
I clap on the ones and threes.
So do you want to guess how much this movie cost to make?
I do.
Good
I would like to
question.
guess.
Good question.
Go ahead.
I would guess it costs less than $1 million.
No.
More.
More.
I'm
That
gonna
was
say
Leslie Nielsen's budget.
Sure.
3 million.
More.
No.
No, it couldn't have.
Double digit?
No.
Okay, 7.
5.
9.
6?
In between, yeah.
6.5 million.
6.5, yeah.
No
There's
way.
where did
And
it go? The
it-
flight to the freaking fake
It's
country?
got to be Leslie Nielsen and
Leslie
I don't
Nielsen
know.
and the Ninja Kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause-
I know where it went. Making 150 fucking wooden surfboards in an afternoon.
I bet you they're like polystyrene or whatever the hell it
No,
was.
it went to all of the stunt men.
yeah,
yeah,
that's where it went.
There was a lot of
There's
stuntmen.
a lot of stuntmen. Like 40 stuntmen had to have been at least
Had to be.
25 at least, and they just kept changing outfits.
They did 3 locations. They did L.A., Hawaii, and then I think Thailand.
Thailand.
And I think Thailand is where they found their cheap labor with all the extras. They just like.
So that was the country. Was in Thailand.
Yeah, they
Do you see when they do those
Hawaii
pan shots?
and Thailand were like that was the country. They shot both.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, so
Some
like
of the people in those
Interesting.
far shots of the villages that I don't know if were involved. Like maybe they just said, "Excuse me, village, we're going to be shooting near here."
Yeah,
if you
that's
see a
pretty
camera,
much-
you see people like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
people in the background confused. Like,
they all look
am
like
I
they
in
have
the
heart,
shot?
like they have stomach aches. What the fuck?
Before we go any further, though, I want the people listening to know what this movie's about.
Yeah, give us a basic premise.
All right. So, this movie is about beautiful, beautiful success. And with that comes two sons born from royalty
That didn't know.
that had to escape their homeland, traveling with a random white sailor guy who becomes their father.
Yeah. Who just becomes their father?
Yeah. And then they end up in amazing beachfront property.
Somehow.
Somehow. And they're really bad at school. And then essentially they find out on Johnny. Their names are Johnny and Adam. I'm doing a terrible job introducing this movie.
Johnny and Adam.
And they're accompanied by their best friend Iggy. And their dad's
Played by Rob Schneider.
Played by Rob Schneider.
Who looks like Eminem in the video.
With red hair.
Who was 29 at the time.
Was he
That's
really?
crazy.
Wow.
That's awesome. It's his second movie.
And so basically, these two kids, they had to escape because Colonel Chi, played by Leslie Nielsen, took over their country.
Yeah, their whole country.
And so these two sons fled with the help of, once again, this random white sailor. And on the 16th birthday of Johnny, their uncle shows up
With one eye.
And tells them that they are royalty, and their prophecy is to go back to Patusan, which is their home country,
Right.
and claim the throne.
Why did
Back
the little
from Colonel Chi.
Back from Colonel Chi.
Right.
Chi.
Why
So-
did the younger brother have to go? He wasn't of age. Like, why did he have to go? Just because the one brother reached age, he could just take along the other one now?
Because writing.
Because writing.
Writing. Okay, so this is the thing. Was like their prophecy was that the older kid is actually
A
a
warrior.
ninja, a warrior
King.
ninja,
Yeah.
warrior ninja, and he realizes it in the middle of the movie. Like
Yeah.
he can't control his leg, and it just starts kicking shit.
Yeah. And his
Right?
brother's prophecy was he's a seer.
Yeah.
But he can initially only see through this product placement Game Gear.
Yeah. So he's just there, just like get it.
Oh, I see people.
It made me want to get a Game Gear.
Oh yeah. It's so. This movie for me, I mean,
literally what it was.
I know there's like no one really knows about it. I had to introduce it to like pretty much every one of my friends. Like, this is like the only movie that me and my brother got along with. You could sit us down in front of this movie and we would not fight we would fight afterwards.
That's your word. If you and brother, all right, surf ninjas.
Yeah, it's the
dude.
Geneva
Surf
Convention.
Ninjas.
Yeah.
It's your safety word.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
How did you guys come across this movie as kids?
Don't know. It just ended
Just
up
showed
in
up maybe
front
from
of
the
us.
video store, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know how I missed it.
Like you remember going to the video store, and all the recent releases were always gone if you weren't there in time.
It's probably one of those.
And this was let's just get a ninja movie since there's nothing else.
Well, we belonged to like the Blockbuster Club or whatever it was. Like I remember my brother.
We weren't in any club.
They filmed my brother like saying like I love movies in front of. I remember there was like a Blockbuster like kind of like this, and there was like a signage, and
He was in a commercial?
And no, he was probably in like some kind of testimonial,
promo?
for corporate to like jerk off to.
Look, videos of kids.
Like, look at this baby leg, or not baby, but
Baby leg?
no, this baby leg's Blockbuster.
Bobby
He
legs.
wasn't a baby.
No, you said, look at this baby leg.
So basically like this
That's what Colonel Chi eats.
this movie was on the heels of Three Ninjas, on the heels of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
See, so that it was exactly it. When I skimmed your notes for this movie, and I was like, why does this movie exist?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Because we need to make a ninja movie.
That's the category we should cover. Why does this movie exist?
Yeah.
We
And
should
that's
have a why does this movie exist category.
That's a great idea. This would be a great future for
Look out,
future
fuckers.
episodes. But that's what I was saying before about grabbing random ingredients that worked in other places.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All right, well, ninjas, put it in.
Yeah.
Because it was the craze at the time.
Dude, the movie cost me $40. I had to get a fucking vintage San Jose hat because I liked the San Jose Sharks growing up.
Why do you have that?
I loved the San Jose Sharks growing up. I used to collect their hockey cards, and I had Amazon credits.
Did the guy have it on which character had
the main
it in the movie?
character.
Oh, he did?
He had a San
I
Jose
missed
Sharks.
that.
Yeah, the whole movie is a San Jose Sharks hat.
It's freaking awesome. So
It's
like
so cool.
I wanted to be. I was like, I'm going to be respectful just in case Patusan actually exists. So I did like a deep dive on Patusan, the country,
just in case it exists.
Yeah, so I didn't want to like offend anyone.
Okay,
like,
does it exist?
No, it doesn't.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, so
Patusan.
Phil doesn't want to offend a fake country. We have a
in case it was real.
Yeah,
good guy.
So basically, Patusan, it came from a book from Joseph Conrad. The book's called Lord Jim. It was a book that was written in 1899.
What?
So whoever this writer was took this like fictional like country or whatever.
But they used fair
just
usage.
Adopted the name.
Yeah.
And co-opted. Yeah.
And just made it into. So what would we say the nationality is for people to get a picture of?
They said like mix of like Polynesian Thai.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. So that's really what it is, and they have like these elaborate.
Yeah, man.
Costumes, gold everywhere, like typical like lavish.
Yeah, temples and all that.
Yeah. Monkeys.
Yeah.
But like the interesting thing was the guy. I forget,
Lavish monkeys.
Monkeys and statues.
Yeah.
I like the monkeys in that one scene. That was fun. But the director, I want to talk about him for a little bit. Like,
yeah, okay.
One of it, he was in some good movie. Like he directed some good movies. Like he did League of Their Own.
He did League of Their Own.
Neil Israel, I believe his name was.
Okay.
Yeah, Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. Real Genius with rest in peace Val Kilmer.
Okay, that's a great.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that just happened this past week.
So it's we should. Yeah.
Dude, something about that Val Kilmer thing. Not to go off on a tangent on Val Kilmer, but they posted that video of him in the Batman mask, like playing around in his house.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, he looks so great. It was from 5 years ago.
Was it really?
It came out that it was like 5 years ago.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm like, God damn, that's sad. Because I don't know what was sadder. Finding out what was more sad. I don't know what was worse. Finding out that video was 5 years ago, or finding out that video was 5 years ago. Like, meaning, like what was sadder, that he got
worse from that?
Worse if that video was immediate and he got that sick that fast, that's sad. But also 5 years ago, that's how he was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His documentary was phenomenal.
Yeah, I heard. I gotta watch
so
it.
Good. It is from his son's perspective.
Who's watching it? No.
Cool.
What? Is the Amazon guy in our basement?
No.
Yeah, what now? What shiny thing did you see now?
I saw Phil's shoes with the door there. It looked like somebody's legs standing at the top
he
of the
has his
steps.
shoes at the top of the stairs, and all you
I
see are
thought Courtney
shoes.
was
So you
up
think
there
someone's
like
standing
listening
there.
to us or something. Michael was surprising us or something.
I wanted to respect the new room.
Yeah, respect the new room. The new studio.
Guys, not now. They're talking about surf ninjas. Don't interrupt.
That's another good thing. With all this new walls and padding and insulation, it's so much more quieter
Is it
from
really?
the baby. Like one time she was screaming her head off and the monitor died and we didn't know she was screaming. That's how quiet it is.
Holy crap.
It's great.
That's funny.
No, she's fine. She just that the baby was screaming and we didn't hear her.
9/11 was cool.
9/11 was cool.
Yeah.
It was
That's not worth isolating.
unplanned.
You'll have a clip.
Don't isolate
Did you
that.
see the footage that just got released this week?
No.
Oh, the helicopter?
No.
No.
The fucking. we're not going to get down that road, but
we're
I
having a
have
good
to.
time.
we
I don't
should-
want to talk about bad stuff.
You just see a out the side
Yeah, I'm
before.
good.
Yeah.
That sounds like when I have a really bad fart in the middle of the night.
Dude, if you bring up 9/11 in mixed company, that's like, you know what? I'm going to argue with you for 45 minutes.
You were going to argue with someone?
Over 9/11?
No, not argue, but like, this is going to be a weird conversation for 45
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
'Cause everyone has different views
If you
about
start
it.
that way, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, my name's Kyle. What do you think about 9/11?
No. No, dude, I would never be that dumb. Excuse me. I would never be that dumb.
Oh my god! But anyway, this guy sounded like he was in some big name movies, and yet how was this like his first job or something?
No, this is right after a couple of other movies.
Like big
I think
hits?
not. I think not. I have 9/11 on my freaking brain. I think League of Their Own was after this movie, but
I think
Okay.
it was League of
So
Their
it's
Own
not
was
like
later
he learned a
90s.
shit ton.
no, but Real Genius and the Tom Hanks one, Bachelor Party, was before this.
I think that's a good point. I noticed because I was watching this movie from a critical perspective because that's what you were told us to do is to watch it and analyze it. Whatever.
Right,
That's what we're gonna
right.
do. Nice shots.
Very
you
nice.
had good. You had decent lighting. You had decent geese. You had decent.
We are tongue tied today.
That's young Hong.
We had decent set design. Like it really,
Yeah.
it was really well put together. I think the writing was just goofy as shit, and
The
that's just
dolly
what they had
shots.
to work with, right?
The dolly shots
Colonel
of them on the boards was really bad. They're
So
like,
that's how he opened the movie. But like real quick, Colonel Cheese, fortress inside looked like a mini golf cart.
It really did look like an indoor golf course.
now that I know the budget was $6.5 million, I'm pissed they didn't use enough fucking super glue on his mask.
I know.
That thing looked terrible.
Yeah, it looked really
the
bad.
mask did
It
look
looked
bad.
like they made it in the
So that
parking
guy
lot.
That was the one comment Court had already. So this bad guy, Colonel Chi.
Yeah.
Chi.
Yeah.
He was in everything, by the way.
His
Leslie Nielsen.
backstory wasn't that much other than during the takeover of the country, he got stepped on his face by an elephant.
Yeah.
So half his face is covered by this fake
And
metal
he
plate.
has some arm damage.
Yeah, and he had some arm damage too, so he has an electric hand that can't
Everybody
go near
had
water.
a fucked up face in that movie.
Yeah, they did.
One guy had a missing
Right, from
eye,
the
a
fight.
scar.
Yeah.
From the fight, but Court was like,
Liberation.
what the hell? How does he still have his eye then?
Yeah.
How did he survive that?
Oh, it's true.
Why does he have his... How did his eye make
It
it?
crushed his orbital socket, but his eye
But his
survived.
eye was fine?
Yeah, I mean, this is like quintessential '90s. Just eat it.
Just
Kinda
check your brain.
Yeah,
Just eat it. Just
Yeah.
swallow your pill.
Yeah.
And be a good viewer.
Yeah. Go play bingo, Grandma.
Yeah.
Well,
the one question I had, why did the black detective go with them to the island?
Good question. I was wondering the same
Why the
thing.
fuck was he with them?
Satch knocked him out.
But why? To take him with them?
I guess.
But why,
Yeah,
why did he take them with him?
Again, writing.
Well, people are going to get lost. People are going to get lost. We should really go through the movie in order
so,
here.
All right. So, like here. So, the players. Let's go. Ernie Reyes Jr., Ernie Reyes Sr. Ernie Reyes Jr. is the main star, Johnny. Then you have
The guy from Ninja Turtle movies?
Yeah, Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah.
He got that movie. He got that movie because he actually played Donatello in the in the mask, in the costume.
Yeah, so he knows his actual choreography.
Oh,
he knows
yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking
He's
of
jacked too. I didn't see that till the end. I was like, damn, this kid's jacked.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking of Ninja Turtles, one of our friends had a baby and named it after a Ninja Turtle.
Aw.
Joe.
What?
Joe had his baby from
Donatello.
Tabletop.
Donatello?
No, we won't say which name. No, he named it after a family member, but it actually happens to be the same name as a Ninja Turtle, which
so
is
there's
pretty
only
cool.
3 left, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
They can figure that out.
Might be Raphael, I'm not sure, but congratulations to Joe.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
by the way.
He's a good guy.
Hey.
He's going to be a good
Yes.
dad. Every
Yeah,
baby
he's gonna be-
gadget there ever lived
Yes,
he's going to have.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like a high-tech baby.
gonna be.
Then you have Rob Schneider, who was 29 at the time, playing a 16-year-old. So that's So like,
Hungry as hell.
talk about
apparently.
your puzzle pieces. He just got on an SNL a couple of years ago.
Yep.
He was a
Yeah.
writer. Then you have Tone Loc, who was popular. He did the voice in Fern Gully. He was like one of the bad guys in Fern Gully. He did other stuff. Then he later did Blank Check.
Yes,
in that
Blank
movie.
Check was great.
Yeah.
That's another bad
Wait,
good
which
movie.
one was
Yeah.
he? Was he the eye patch guy?
I'm going to write
No,
these
Tone
down
Loc
as
is
we
the
go.
rapper.
Oh, the rapper guy. Yes,
Ernie
yes,
Reyes,
he did look familiar.
Ernie
yeah.
Reyes Sr. is Satch.
Oh, and that's his dad.
Yeah, that's his real dad.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Three Ninjas was the one we said
Then you have
before.
Leslie Nielsen, of course,
Yeah.
and then you have Kelly Hugh, which is the love interest, which she unlocked a lot of stuff for me in that movie.
Yo,
We'll
right?
get to that.
Yeah.
Dude, when he
But
goes...
wait a minute. First of all,
As a
how old is
teenager-
she in that movie?
I don't know. Oh, I was a teenager, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
She's a good-looking older woman now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No
Hey,
way.
you
She's
wanna
like,
go to
I
the
think
mall?
she's like 55 now.
To the
So
queen.
She's
figure
like,
out
she's
how-
like one of those actresses where you're in the middle of the movie, like Googling her.
Well, she did some really good work. She was in the X-Men, the second X-Men movie with the girl with the claws,
Oh,
adamantium
okay.
claws.
Cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, the movie starts with really bad surfing cuts.
That is the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Like literally, like these kids balancing on a board, getting water
Yeah,
splashed
it's
on
only
them.
shot from like chest up, and you're just like
The cheesiest shots.
like very Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you want me to bring up the clip
Yeah.
ever, just let me know for
You're
any
fine.
of this stuff because I
Yeah.
got a bunch of clips lined up for this too to help illustrate.
And there's like a guy with a cup of water, like throwing water
It's gotta
behind
be
him.
what it is off
Yeah.
camera, just splashing.
Guy
him.
with a garden hose going just like
But I will
this.
say though, it looked like the stunt doubles that they had doing the actual surfing. I couldn't tell them apart from like the nerd.
They did good with that.
From like the
Yeah.
ninja kid and like the older kid, like with the long hair. That
wides,
kid, the
yeah.
wide shot. I couldn't tell.
No.
No, it's...
They did
I
a
wrote
good
in my
job.
notes was like, are they actually surfing or
Yeah.
not? Like in those wide shots. It
Dude,
looked pretty good.
surfing's hard, dude.
The scene that cracked me up though was when they are doing the big wide shot of them surfing, and there's just this dude floating with a harpoon,
Yeah.
and you don't see him.
Yeah.
It was such a cheat, and you can tell the dude is like struggling to
Yeah.
stay above water with these waves he's riding.
Yeah.
Just like I'm gonna get him.
And he's sent by Colonel Chi to try to take down these kids because
Right.
if these kids fulfill their prophecy, then Colonel Chi's mission's over.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is. Right?
he
So
gets-
Colonel
he
Chi
gets
realizes that these kids are about to fulfill their prophecy, so he sends ninjas to the United States or wherever they're
to
living
take them out.
Take them out.
What
So the
was-
whole time in the background,
Yeah, there's all these like random bad
they're in
ninjas.
school, and you just see flocks of ninjas
Yeah.
in the window. Right? Sorry, go ahead.
So this next scene that I want to talk about, that we do have a clip for the moto surf scene. This is the most ridiculous thing you could possibly do. Yet, whenever I encountered a friend with a Jeep, I stood outside the.
You wanted to do it.
Oh yeah,
You
so
wanted
bad.
to
So,
do
so
it?
it's about getting a convertible or a Jeep and standing up and holding your arms out like you're
completely
surfing.
unsafe.
It's called moto surf.
Moto surf! Moto surf! Moto surf!
And then Rob Schneider.
That's a Volkswagen.
The driver is doing it as well, by the way.
Yeah.
That car is a Volkswagen thing.
That's cool.
That is a cool vehicle,
That is
though.
a cool
That is a
vehicle.
sick car.
So he's doing a 180 standing up, doing a 360 holding the steering wheel.
I would do this.
I would do this.
I would do this.
I would do this.
And then they pull out these paddles like it
Rob
does.
Schneider just has boat oars in his car.
Yeah. And apparently they're like, this is a thing. Where is this film?
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
No, that's the thing, because remember the cops busted the other guys for doing moto surf, and they're like, no, we weren't. And the cop's like, oh yeah, pulls out oars.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah, right here.
You know, just once, I'd like to be wrong.
I thought that was Chandler from.
It looks like it.
Doesn't it look like it? And it sounds like him too. So I thought that was him.
Speaking of Santa Monica, can I just say this? We're going to get to the plot line of this story, but while we're talking about Santa Monica, that's one of the most expensive jurisdictions to live in the world. One of the most, obviously, clearly one of the most expensive in America for sure. The dad had a beachfront burger joint.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did that?
He not only owned a home there.
He not only owned beachfront housing in Santa Monica, but the way he afforded that multi-million-dollar property was to have a 3-seat burger joint.
Yeah.
With like a block off the beach that they fucking destroyed with ninjas. And
see, that's it's money laundering. He's from royalty. He can do whatever he wants. It's just a front.
It might be a front.
It's a front.
Yeah,
it could be a front. It's a hidden plot line. That
He's royalty. He doesn't need to work.
Yeah.
Burgers in the front. Don't worry about it in the back. That's exactly what it is.
It's a tax shelter.
Yeah.
So then, after this scene, basically we like have a bunch of exposition going on about
they're going to school.
Yeah, they're in school, and then they're doing bad in school, and then also Johnny finds out that he needs to perform a I guess a culture. What did he say?
Like a welcoming.
Yeah.
At his school, they're like, this kid's
school.
This kid's great.
He's going to do a great coming
job.
to the school?
Baba Ram.
The Baba Ram of
which was like the Dalai Lama kind of thing.
Exactly.
It was
Baba Ram of what?
Baba Ram of.
It was a religious guy.
I think it was like Tucson. But it's like
the Baba
Arizona?
Ram of Tucson is coming to visit their school, and he was supposed to prepare a speech or a welcome show or something, and he didn't.
No, and then I just remember the principal always going, "It's culturally appropriate" or something like that, or culturally
back
accurate.
then we were like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
But yeah, so basically, then he does all that, and we find ourselves back at the burger joint.
Oh, but burger joint, Santa Monica. One more thing. This whole thing reminded me of Rocket Power.
Oh, I said that too. I was thinking about that too because they're surfing, they're skateboarding.
It's a burger joint.
It's like a southern, like a beachy vibe, right?
Yeah.
So here's the Baba Ram of Mu Frankistan or whatever he's from.
I'm a Belcrico the mayor.
I have no idea what that means.
I was supposed to do this full-on welcoming speech for this visiting guru guy, Baba Ram, in assembly second period. Relax. Look.
What is he wearing?
He's wearing the dad's boxers, remember?
On his head?
Yeah, and Rob Schneider's character is wearing boxers for a do-rag.
Dude, let us just say, though, in that movie, his fits were fire, though. He had some really nice clothes.
The 90s loose clothing
thrift store junkies will be drooling over that right now.
Oh, I bet. And so, yeah, this is like the secret entry point for the ninjas.
Yeah, they show up in a garbage truck. That's their vehicle of choice to stay hidden under the radar. Open the trunk and a bunch of ninjas in blue camo fly out everywhere they go.
That's what
one of the world's great spiritual leaders.
Okay, so he's like Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there he is in the audience.
Is in a robe, older Asian guy, waiting to be welcomed.
Which I've been assured is in the traditional ethnic style.
Oh, ethnic style.
Ethnic style.
Yeah.
They're doing a performance to welcome him in the school. And this is what he comes up with last second. You'll love this kid.
He's great. Yeah, he's got it.
Ba 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 rum ba 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 ba
And the audience is like, hell yeah!
They're just eating it up.
This scene made my ass tighten up. I was very cringed out by this.
Yeah. And he's like all
upset. Horrified. This is so disrespectful to my culture. Baba Ram.
So
good opening.
Exactly. And after this, pretty much things start heating up. We start being introduced to Satch, which is the uncle.
Yes.
And they
Zatch, yeah.
Sat, yeah, whatever the hell his name is.
You know what I think that scene represented? That one with the ba 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 ba. That showed how disconnected Johnny and the boys were from their culture.
Yeah.
I think that was good point. I think that was used to pigeonhole this kid knows nothing but being a surfing SoCal Santa Monica
Horrible
boy
at school.
So they gave him the chance to try and be cultural, and he didn't know what to do with it. I think that showed the gravity
it's his journey point.
Correct.
Yeah,
Point
good
A.
point.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Well, I took a film class in college.
There's actually depth in this movie.
There's character. There's character development. It's actually
There's a
there.
reason he's singing Baba Ram.
Yeah.
Well, it comes back around.
It does, but that's to establish who Johnny is to the plot line of the story.
And how disassociated he is from this reality.
From any culture.
Yeah,
other than
any
Americanization.
culture. Good point.
So,
good observation.
That's
Kyle.
amazing.
Good observation.
The only reason I found this clip is for my brother.
Okay. So this
'cause
clip here
he
is the
hated
younger
this-
brother.
No, so my brother hated this kid. So this scene is basically, like you said,
What's your brother's name?
Lucas.
Hi, Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, if you want to explain the scene.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was just saying all they did the first half of the first like 15 or so minutes of the movie was illustrate that these kids are horrible at school and don't know anything. And this one clip here is the youngest kid is put up to the board with a stick, and he's supposed to point on the map where Spain is.
Yeah.
And
Which I also think showcased their lack of dedication to anything. So once they
anything
were faced
cultural.
with
This is his the kid's illustration of not knowing anything
good
cultural.
job,
I'm
Kyle.
telling you, man,
Good
I
job,
took a
Kyle.
film class.
Yeah,
I'm
good
telling
stuff.
you.
job, Kyle. Good
I know
job.
this from your homework last night, Adam.
Oh, the homework Spain.
Oh.
The homework Spain?
Yeah.
Why did he say, oh?
Spain.
Sound like a Furby.
is-
Well, what is
Restart, he said, oh.
Many people think Spain is here.
Texas.
Texas?
That kid.
Oh yeah, what is that
On
kid?
the
I don't know. My brother hated him.
There's a
That's the only reason I
school
put this clip on.
Yeah, I noticed that,
That
too. When he points wrong, there's this like B-roll
Yeah.
of some little goofy looking kid fake
Wait,
laughing horrible.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the kid in that laundry detergent commercial. Isn't this great?
Yeah, he looks like a nerdy. Isn't this right?
He looks like a nerd in the laundry
My old
detergent.
my old
bathroom. This is great.
It's just like goofy. It's just like.
Well, it could be, but that laugh is like a chuckle.
He's got a chipped lateral insider.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
On the other hand,
Yeah. On the other hand, you're a little nerd.
He is a nerd.
That showed his lack
great.
of dedication.
More
That's
character development, Kyle.
So,
That's very,
movies.
very insightful.
I've learned. So I had to take a what do they call that in college where you have to take a course just.
Oh, elective.
Yes, there was an elective for film, and I took it, and it was literally a fucking 8-week course on how to watch movies. And they taught we watched Hitchcock movies where like you would literally have to find places to pause that could be like they say 90% of a Hitchcock movie you could pause it. It could be an actual like print out photo like.
Oh, for like yeah.
But they also teach you
shots they
about
frame.
Not every scene you're seeing is for face value. There's a reason it's subconsciously putting into your head something that's going to come into effect later. And I don't know if the movie goes that in depth, but setting up the boys not knowing anything about culture in general makes the depth of them being involved in their prophecy way more substantial.
That much more profound.
That's what I
Yeah.
gathered from it.
That's very good observation.
This needs to be a what's a Criterion Collection movie.
What am I, Leonard Maltin?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So wait, how does it go? I forget how it goes from where it goes from here.
So
What?
The movie. Where does it go from here?
So basically, they kind of like fast forward and go right to the burger joint.
Yeah.
It just jumps right to the burger
They
joint
fuck
at
his
night.
the
Dad's
dad's
plays
burger
up.
joint at night. They're there. They're eating, and
Yeah.
Rob Schneider's character eats a lot. By the way, why is he always so fucking
don't know.
hungry?
he was cooking at the dad's house like 3 times.
He's probably
Yeah.
ripped. And
Like,
yeah, he told his
employ him.
parents live in a biosphere or work in
Yes,
a biosphere.
yeah.
You can't leave.
Oh, Biodome, another
Yeah,
great movie.
that's good. That's a good
and there's
movie.
there's a good story about that as well from
Yeah.
that time
Making
period,
a
right?
filter. Yeah.
I'm gonna write down all the shitty movies we talk
so-
about throughout this.
So basically, yeah, that, and then again, we meet
Seaweed.
Satch.
Oh my god.
And Satch comes in and goes and tells them about their prophecy.
Uncle Satch,
Yeah.
we'll call him.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the really bad ninjas come in.
They
As
show
soon
right
as
up.
he shows up, they're like, he's gonna tell them something. We need to fuck this up.
Exactly. And so basically, I'm just like, I'm just watching all of the ninjas crawl, and no one walking on the beach is seeing anything.
Seeing all this.
Tyler, you're no Van Halen until I've had my coffee. Van
Yeah.
Halen 2
Yeah.
just came out. That was product placement, I
Really?
believe. Fucking Fruit Loops right on the table in your face and Pop Tarts and shit right
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that product placement in the movie too. But my favorite part of this, okay, so the story, so like they're there. all of a sudden ninjas burst through the glass.
Yeah.
In every there's a lot of fucking glass.
There's
in this
a lot of
place, by
glass.
the way. I purposely noted, I was like, how much glass is in this building? I wrote that down.
Any opportunity.
Why does this kid want to drive so bad? Wait, where's the note I'm looking for?
The ninja washes up on shore behind the kid. Yeah.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, the way the ninja washes up on shore behind the kid when they try to kill him later.
That was the sandcastle.
Where's the?
Oh, the guy when they're doing the burger joint, you have a note there of something. I have a note.
Yeah.
They don't fight him. They just pick him up like a baby and put him on the stove and turn the burners on and burn his ass.
That's what I have right here. One of the ninjas gets sat on a hot stove and he just squirms. Like, he's like,
he like waits for the whatchamacallit to be turned on.
It wasn't even lit.
Yeah. No.
Give me a minute. It's warming up.
Lit it, and it was hot enough for him to be like, ah!
It's the hottest stove or hottest.
In the middle of the fight, he plops him on the table like a toddler getting a boo-boo fixed.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite fights because everyone's waiting their turn to fight either Satch or Mac.
They're waiting their turn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's one scene that he just, like, Satch grabs a skateboard and I guess he's making up a Patusani word and he goes, skateboard,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Is that what this clip is for?
Yeah. And it's all it is. And
So he's using the skateboard to block the shot.
Yeah.
Skateboard!
yeah. But, like, I'm just like, it's
Skateboard!
that will never leave my brain, even if I have Alzheimer's or anything. It's like that's in there forever.
That's never leaving
Yeah.
my brain if I have Alzheimer's.
So basically, the whole thing goes, and
even when you're old, Mr. Bosco. Oh, no, your caretaker's not old. Mr. Bosco, what do you want from breakfast? Skateboard.
skateboard.
So a little kid rides by, skateboard!
But after this fight, basically they leave Mac. They're like, "Screw you, Mac," because Mac goes, "Leave, take the kids." All that. So
it takes the dad, the quote unquote dad. They take him, right?
Yeah,
they
capture
capture him.
Yeah, and Mac's there with 2 stools, and he's just like with lions. He's trying to like defend himself with lions.
Yeah. Great fight scene.
And then
in that fight scene, is that the one where Rob Schneider thinks he has mind powers or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
The whole time. Oh, it was like.
Well, it's not yet.
Oh, it's not yet.
This is
Okay,
this is where he establishes. He's basically they're walking out of the. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, he thinks he has mind
Yeah,
control.
you're right.
Yeah, this is when they light and then the uncle lights the gas on the stove and leaves it running with a candle to blow the place up. And just before that, Rob Schneider's character goes, "What if that building blows up? Poof. Or what if that house blows up?" Poof.
And the
He's
brothers,
like, "Oh my god!"
the brothers had no reaction to the burger joint blowing up.
No.
That's their family business. They're like,
the house blew up. The
shit.
burger joint didn't blow up.
The
Yeah,
house
you're right. It
did.
was the house
That's
that
right.
blew
They had
up.
no reaction to it. I remember he's like,
Yeah.
Our house, our home.
Sucks,
Exactly.
man. I hope my Game Gear games didn't blow out on the
Rob
beach.
Schneider's character, when he's like, "What if I have powers by saying things before they happen? What if I don't have powers? Now I don't have powers."
He was actually pretty good in this one. This
Rob
movie.
Schneider,
His lines were
was
funny.
great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him looking like Eminem wearing his fit fire.
Who's a grandfather, by the way? Now, isn't it nuts?
Who?
Eminem.
Yeah.
Isn't that
As
crazy?
of yesterday
We're getting
or
old.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Time is crazy,
Haley
man.
had a baby.
Time's crazy.
So the weirdest
Be saying
fit-
that one day.
You said Rob Schneider had a good fits in
Dude,
this
he
movie?
had fire fits and he had light hair. Like he looked like Eminem to me.
Well, how about the fit where he looks like Hitler?
When he was
Hitler.
speaking in the he was speaking in the Irish accent,
the Scottish Hitler. So one of my notes was,
Yes.
why the fuck is Rob dressed like Scottish Hitler?
You kids, get
in the wheelchair playing the dad.
What do you do? And I know best, because after all, I'm 37. Don't think I come out there and beat you with a league of mine that no longer works, because I'll do it!
He's so good.
This is a very distant.
Yeah, I was just like, they let this slide? They let this go?
He's got a Hitler mustache. He's like, "I'll beat you with my broken leg."
Listen how cool the cut. I'll let you go. Listen.
He's a very distant relative.
Get out of here.
He's.
I wouldn't mess with
You
this
should
guy.
rewatch Fern Gully. He's a great villain.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the. I haven't
He's
seen that
like
movie
the
since I was a
smog
little
or whatever.
kid, man.
It's
Wow.
actually really nice because he's like looking out for the kids.
Yeah,
And he talks to
is.
the cops afterwards.
He
and
goes to the island.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about his family.
He doesn't.
What's that?
Well, he swallows the key every Tuesday.
Oh, my fucking
which
God.
we'll get to.
Dude, that's the greatest CGI in that movie. They got him to surf. That was nuts.
One of my notes from that scene. This is also the scene where Adam starts his fucking Game Gear becomes a soothsayer.
Yeah, he's a seer, and he can see the future through his video game.
Yeah, so he's watching all these ninjas go into his house. So before we jump past the explosion, this is one of the sources of my reoccurring nightmares when I was a child. So I wrote a note down. Worst ninjas ever, but also one of the sources of my reoccurring nightmares where ninjas and Civil War soldiers overtake my house. So like when I was a kid, I thought there was two forms of factions that were coming over my house. I don't know if they were to fight each other or to kill me.
Why your house?
I don't know,
but they showed up in surf ninja fashion, just out of nowhere,
walking down the road,
But I don't know where the Civil War thing came from, and maybe like we went to Gettysburg that weekend or something, and it just clicked. But yeah, that was the source of my.
That's
Are you okay?
It's funny.
It's funny
Maybe
what you were
went to
afraid
Gettysburg.
of.
I don't know. And then I watched Surf Ninja.
I've had every once in a while. Do you ever have a reoccurring nightmare where you actually know the plot and you know the area and it feels like home to you? The nightmare.
Yeah.
I've had a dream when I was a little kid a few times that the same car. I got I almost said adopted. I got kidnapped.
I got forcibly adopted.
I got kidnapped by a guy with a hot rod, and I remember the trunk being too loud to scream because the hot rod's loud. And I've had the nightmare of like back in this fucking thing again. Like I've had that dream before. Like God,
you're just stuck.
Yeah, I don't know who the guy is driving the car. I don't know how I get in the trunk, but I have a nightmare where I wake up in the trunk of a fucking hot rod and I can't yell. So I'm like, God, I just wake up, dude. Let's get this over.
And I don't have any reoccurring dreams, just to because it's short. I have reoccurring scenes, places. Like as a kid,
you just sounded like Tony Hinchcliffe.
Waking life, or
no, in like these are not places that exist in my real life. But like when I was a little kid, I really wanted this one Thomas train. I never had it, but I had a dream that I found it in a toy chest in a stereotypical attic, scary, spooky, cobwebs everywhere attic.
Yeah,
like a Goosebumps episode.
Yes, but as an adult, I went back to that attic. Like within the last 10 years, I went back to that same exact place, and I found the toy chest again.
I went back to the fucking
Did you
trunk.
find a toy?
Yeah, well, as a kid, I found the toy and played with it. But like as an adult, same place, same room, except I'm an adult. And I'm like, oh, our toys are still here.
You're
How
dreaming.
cool!
Gotcha.
I've had
a location, a fictional location.
I've had
Very
dreams
weird.
of
Just
winning.
rooted.
Yeah, really weird.
Winning a $20,000 on a scratch off. Even in my dreams, I don't fucking score big. I get 20,000 on a scratch off. And I have a dream where I go down to the lottery office, and I have a dream where I'm literally filling out the paperwork and talking to the lady filling out the paperwork, and then I wake up like, why the fuck? If you're gonna dream that you won the lottery, why is it $20,000?
Yeah,
it's $20,000 every time.
And why is it the part where you're doing the paperwork? Why isn't it the part where you're buying something?
Yeah.
I wake up. Sometimes I have dreams that are so mundane like that. Sometimes I have great ones, but sometimes I wake up and I have such a mundane dream. I look at myself in the bathroom mirror like, what the fuck? Dude, of anything you dreamed of doing, fucking tax papers for the lottery you didn't
hilarious.
win. You just wasted a good sleep.
I would just ask a therapist about that one.
Honestly, yeah, that's something. There's something there.
Why am I
There's
doing
something there.
taxes
See, it shows that you're not culturally, aware of your.
Right.
You don't know about Patusan.
Patusan.
Yeah.
So, that was the thing. The next thing here. Here, go ahead. I'll get to
the house blows up.
Yeah, house blows up.
They don't give a fuck.
And then they have to escape.
Yeah, they gotta go. They don't care.
And where do they escape to? A restaurant.
A Chinese restaurant.
Okay, that was my question. Why the restaurant? These two kids and their uncle just go to this restaurant. Is it a Patusani restaurant?
The only thing I can think of is like it's kind of like an embassy.
Yes.
To them.
Okay.
Like this is like a safe haven.
When they walk in, look at the uncle. He looks around like there's so much shit to fuck up here when we fight.
Oh no! So yeah, this restaurant's like a Patusani embassy.
Yeah, and this guy's name's Gumbay. And
I love this line.
Yeah.
Gumbay?
They do not speak Patusani, Gumbay.
He's bowing at them because he knows who they are.
He's prostrating himself to show you his loyalty. His name is Gumbay.
Gumbay? As in Poke's friend?
Another example of disrespect to the culture.
Another one.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Yeah.
As in Poke's friend?
Yeah.
He's not here. No, what that shows, he's not hearing the severity.
Yeah.
Like he's not taking into consideration like this is a serious situation.
This is also his father-in-law that he's talking to.
Right.
Talking about.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, let's jump into the more fucked up part about this.
I can't wait.
This is forced child marriage.
Yeah.
Right now.
Do you want to go to the mall sometime?
Yeah.
To the fucking queen.
As pretty as she is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I have to win her over. She's like, no, we're being forced to marry anyway.
No,
so
there'll be plenty of time for that later. You have no
Yeah.
choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they have this big ceremonial dinner at this restaurant where the Kelly Hughes character essentially meets.
Yeah, they reveal her to
Yeah.
the prince.
And the reveal scene's pretty funny because they like make all these jokes about veils
And the fucking overalls with the tie-dye. That is 90s to a T. tea.
Oh, it's amazing.
My God.
There's like the chick wearing a veil. You got a better veil.
Oh yeah, they talk about how she's wearing a veil as she's walking down the aisle, and they're like, "Oh, you know what they say about chicks with a veil, better bail." And what was the other phrase?
Something about show it. But then Rob Schneider's like, if she doesn't show her face, she's probably not that attractive.
Yeah.
You know what they say? She's something that rhymes, and he's just like, she's probably not attractive.
If she's from Patusan, she's gonna get it on.
Yeah, exactly. And then her face is revealed, and then Ernie Reyes,
she's beautiful.
and he gets instant boner, and
she looks like a Christmas tree. She's all decked out.
And then
decked out.
Your mall line.
Did you get the mall line?
No.
But basically, he walks up to her, and he has no cultural appropriation, so he walks up to the queen and goes, "You want to go to the mall sometime?" And the little brother's like,
the mall.
"Real good Casanova." He doesn't even know who that is.
Real good Casanova.
My favorite part about these scenes were there was 2 MSG moments in here, and there was demonization of MSG both times. And I was just like, "You bastards!"
Yeah, is that what this clip is?
It might be it.
Don't you make fun of God's crack.
Oh yeah, Rob Schneider's grilling the restaurant owner, right?
Even when they ask you not to put MSG in, you still put it in, right? I knew it.
I knew it. You still put it in, don't you?
Dude, that movie clip would be a sick reel.
Yeah, that's a fun aside.
Will you have it as God's crack? Or God's
is actually a reel. This is a Instagram's. What's the YouTube reel?
Shorts.
Yeah. It's a YouTube short. That's why it's in vertical format.
So basically, then Tone Loc arrives at the restaurant and they book it. They're like, "We gotta go because the cops are here. The fuzz is here."
Yeah.
So then they somehow. Do they own this ship that they run off to?
Yeah, where did that boat come from?
I love it. Yeah, all of a sudden now they're going to travel to Patusan, right? So they do like a montage, a 90s montage of course, the goofy guy gets sick on the boat and he's thrown up in the horn and this and that. It's like all 90s
I forgot about all that.
shots.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is they never actually show the boat. They just show a little plastic boat moving on a piece of paper map. Here
they're always on the harbor. They're just shooting on the harbor. The boat never moves.
There's no way.
When they land, they're walking around in that area like the Patusan. You know the viral reel music going around? Bonk, 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 bonk. Anything you do, it sounds illegal if you have that music.
Yeah.
I just pictured them like it looked like they stumbled upon like a coke operation. They're like, get out of the ship. You just bonk, 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 bonk.
Oh no.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Well, you mentioned like, why did Tone Loc
Why did he go?
Join there, and like how did he get out?
The cop.
The most disturbing point of the movie that just gets passed by was the fact that he swallows a key every Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So Tone Loc, this guy, he was handcuffed and tossed into the belly of the ship, right?
Yeah, the brig. Yeah,
the brig, whatever.
Yeah.
And he just appears.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Disheveled as hell.
Comes out and he's disheveled as hell.
Pardon me. You see.
How did you get those handcuffs off?
I had a key.
Where? We searched you.
I swallowed it last Tuesday.
Whoa, how'd you know you were gonna need it?
I swallow it every Tuesday.
And that's the...
he just goes through his shit, or like his intestine system's ready for a metallic thing every Tuesday.
That was Court's favorite moment, was the key. That was her favorite line of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah,
she was laughing hysterically at that.
So
She's like, why does he laugh? Why is he swallowing a key every Tuesday? On Tuesday, time to swallow my key.
Dude, talk about swallowing keys.
And is it the same key?
Yeah, he must be at the store making duplicates like every day.
I found a key to my shit.
Swallow a key that's been in your shit.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? Oh,
right.
Maybe it's a recycling thing.
Lovely. Yeah. and the movie glazes over. They're like, that's it. On to the next thing.
Say, am I in the Game Gear?
There's so many layers to this movie.
You have to watch it. There's no option.
I swallowed it last Tuesday.
Whoa, how'd you know you were gonna need it?
When you find a good girl.
Every Tuesday.
That's amazing.
Rob Schneider's character's probably like, smart.
Yeah,
smart. Eminem back
there. Something like that. I was like, it's a good idea.
So so then they land on Patusan.
Yep, they made it.
Quite a journey ahead of them.
Yeah. Now this is definitely the jungle shots, or like in Thailand or something.
Yeah,
it has to be, right?
It has
like
to be Thailand.
It's like deep rooted jungle. They're wading through with their uncle leading the way. Right.
Exactly. And then so basically, one of the most quotable lines that I've quoted to the only other friend that I know, shout out Corey, McLennan.
What up, boy?
We go around and we say money can't buy knives, and the reason why the reason why we talk about money can't buy knives is because right now they're on a pursuit for the secret cave that has all of these weapons of these ancient warrior kings.
Yeah, these guys are going to use, and it's going to like elevate their abilities and stuff. Probably,
it's like
right?
Power
Like it's like
Stones
because they'll feel the energy through them,
the ancestors,
the destiny thing, right? Yeah, there it is.
The prophecies in this.
Yeah, so they go searching for the tomb that has it, which is definitely just like a cave with the door turned off.
That's all it is.
It's definitely like
it's probably Colonel Cheese lights with the lights on. It's
oh my god, it's probably the same place.
Probably, yeah,
with the lights on.
How do they get lights in these caves?
So basically, he's trying to explain to the whole group that, in a way, they just use wordplay that these knives are priceless, but everyone keeps calling them out on the fact that
you can't buy knives.
Can't buy knives. So this is it.
I can see the morning cooking fires. There'll be minutes to pour us, then we'll go to the caves of Kwan-tsu. The caves of the ancients.
What's there?
Your inheritance.
Money?
No. Something not even money can buy. The knives of Kwan-tsu.
And then Rob's response.
Knives? Oh yeah, seriously. That's something money can't buy. Knives.
But the part that stands out to me is that like that's not it. They go on and on and on.
Yeah. On the third day of the expedition.
The story said, here's $100,000. Can I buy a knife? They said, no. Money can't buy knives. I've hardly ever seen any of them around.
Where is it? On the third day.
On the third day of the expedition, they came across a giant rubber plant. Unfortunately, they could not cut it down, for as we know, money can't buy knives. Walking around the plant, they continued on the shores of Kwan-tsu.
Is there no way we can shut this chattering monkey up?
I'd cut him, but I couldn't buy a knife.
Cut him, but I don't have a knife.
They just go on and on.
Shut up about the knives.
I forgot about that
Yeah,
one. Yeah, I wrote that down too. It's like they went on about knives for a while.
It was insane.
Right?
So there's a lot of hijinks ensue. They find the cave. Johnny falls in, and there's a whole scene that basically goes, "I found Waldo," and then Satch goes, "Really? Psych." I don't know if we even have.
And
that.
then the monkey statue with the tail.
Yeah, do we have that?
What is this one? Oh,
No.
that's the binoculars.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite moment.
Yeah, I pointed this out to court too. Stereotypical television binoculars where you got the two ovals side by side to symbolize the eyes, right?
Yes.
But
so they're looking through at the enemy down below, and then they give it to the uncle with an eye patch, and it's just one circle on the left side.
It was good storytelling.
It was. Cora's like, good
They
attention
stuck
to
to the
detail.
script.
Good attention to detail. Yeah. So there's them. They're looking through the binoculars.
Classic binoculars.
So there's a bunch of workers, and Colonel Cheeseman has like a chain gang going on.
Here, you look. Here's eye patch guy. One circle. one right circle.
It's just good attention to detail.
Yeah.
So basically, after this scene, they jump down a hill and they try to liberate this chain gang and get all of the materials.
Slide down the hill in very, very well edited fashion.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone rides on someone, right?
Yeah, the kid like surfs on the back of one of the cop guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he
of
does.
Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your what you mentioned, the creepy scene where this 16-year-old's like using proselytizing.
Did you find that?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, because she literally
Do I have
whispers
it?
to the
No, I don't have
guards
it.
like and they go into the woods with her, and they beat him up, and then he goes, "How did you get him here?"
Yeah.
Yeah, she like
She's like,
lures them away.
I'll tell you on our wedding night.
And she's like, yeah.
Oh, the foot that comes out and gets these guys in the when they're in the brush. You can tell it's just a hand with a shoe on it. The way it just flip.
Yeah.
I rewound that like 3 times. It was the funniest thing. It's like this is an actual multi-million-dollar movie, and they're just like with a shoe.
It's insane.
There's a lot of that.
It's so funny.
Did you notice that like these were also reshoots?
Oh, ton of them.
Because Adam has braces now,
and they're
in
sweaty.
this scene when he's driving.
No,
I don't have any clips of it, but like
all of a sudden the little kid has braces.
Yeah, when he's in the driving scene, he basically goes, "Ain't it bitchin'?" But then during this driving scene as well, they just have dynamite, and Rob Schneider's just throwing unlit dynamite at people and hitting them in the head.
I saw that. So yeah, they happen to be in a
get
vehicle
jeeps
chase
to Tatooine, or not Tatooine, or what is it?
Tatooine
To Padawan. What is it?
Patusan.
Patagonia.
So it just happens to be there in this vehicle chase, and the vehicle therein has a box of Wile E. Coyote style dynamite.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Right.
very Acme.
Red cylinder with a wick on it.
Yeah. And
There's dynamite here.
throw it at him.
Throw it at him.
So Rob's just throwing, and it hits someone in the head.
I like that. Look.
Yeah, he throws the sticks like a wooden block.
It just like clonks him.
So why did he steer off? He just like purposely just takes the vehicle.
They show like a guy hitting the gun in the guy's face.
Oh, okay.
But then they have, like in the 90s, there was a big push for stopping kids from smoking, or like discouraging kids from smoking.
So no fire.
So there's like this one scene right here.
Cigarettes. Yeah. I know I should quit.
Maybe you should get the patch.
And then he makes a joke.
Look who I'm talking to.
What'd he say?
Maybe you should get the patch to Satch because he has. And then
he goes, look who I'm talking to.
So basically, they did an anti-cigarette ad.
Maybe.
Wait, let me rewind. So I know I should quit. Here, wait a minute.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
That guy sounds like he eats cigarettes.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe you should get the patch. Look who I'm talking to.
So he breaks the fourth wall and looks to the camera.
Breaks the fourth wall, looks right at the camera. Look who I'm talking to. A guy with a patch.
Yep.
I'm telling him to get the patch.
I just found it fascinating because, like, if you go back to the 90s, there's usually some kind of anti-smoking.
Well, they redid Pinocchio, the whole Lost Boys scene. He doesn't smoke in any of the new, and they changed it.
That scene scares the shit out of me where he turns into it. I'm a jackass. Scary as shit.
It's crazy. But then,
can we please isolate that? No, I'm a jackass.
I'm a jackass. Yeah, sure.
So this is where the movie kind of just goes into fast forward.
It really does.
It moves very fast.
They get past all the guards, and all of a sudden they're in like Main Street.
Yeah. Well, one of your favorite scenes is when the seer doesn't need the Game Boy anymore.
Yes.
Oh yeah. What happened with that?
Yeah.
He all of a sudden can see without the Game Boy. The little kid
looks at all these trees, and they all immediately convert to surfboards.
Yes. And
he can see surfboards into reality.
And they instantly made 150 wooden surfboards in 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah,
So wait,
how did that happen?
They all know how to surf in formation suddenly. No lessons needed.
No.
And why did they need the surfboards?
Because there was a gap between Colonel Cheese,
they
fortress.
had to swim to
where
it.
they landed.
Yeah.
They had to surf to it.
They had to surf to the island or whatever.
Yeah. Patusana is made of many islands.
Yeah. So this Patusani island, where like we'll say the main center of town is or whatever.
Right.
They had to surfboard to it, and we're like, how are we going to get our whole army of ninjas
And they are literally in formation. They show like an aerial view, and they're all surfing in they're doing like they all know.
Yeah. And we also did a bad job at explaining Rob Schneider's character's journey. He couldn't
know how to surf, right?
Yeah, he couldn't surf in the beginning, and so this is the moment where he like gets it.
Oh, in the beginning of the movie, they just show his surfboard covered in wax because he kept saying, "I'm just waxing my board. I'll be right there. I'll be right there."
He'd get all dolled up, or not dolled up, but he'd get all suited up to go surfing,
and then he
never did it.
We're done. Okay, all right.
His wiener in that outfit, by the way. What the fuck? It's like a straight up plum facing
Can we
due
make
north.
that? We need to make that our user image for Instagram.
It's the funniest thing. It's just like a straight pointed out little.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch. I don't remember.
Hilarious.
I mean, there's a reason.
Is that one of your notes?
Yes.
Rob Schneider's wiener?
No, just like the suit is not flattering for him.
No.
Oh, no.
It's just like a straight cylinder, cone shaped
It's like
straight out.
Madonna's boobs in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was always
It
that
was
kid.
bizarre, man.
That like excuse to never get started there was always that kid at the skate park that stood in like the drop-in position but never did it.
Yeah.
Everyone, I'm gonna go ahead, man, bro. Go ahead, bro. Bro.
Then they leave, and he's like, "Oh, come on, I was just getting ready to go."
Yeah, like that kid didn't even skate. Like, what are you doing?
Tomorrow we're gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, so now he actually is surfing with them,
And he did it.
and he did it, man. Good for this
So
guy.
does Tone Loc, and I think he goes, "Brothers don't surf."
Yeah, he did say
Yeah.
that. Brothers don't.
Yeah, that was good CGI there.
That was good. Yeah.
So they make it to Colonel Cheese Island, and here comes the Wile E. Coyote Dynamite back
That's
up
it.
again. There's like a big courtyard of soldiers training,
Yes.
like in open training.
Yeah, they just happen to be
In long sleeves, long shirt, on a
big
tropical
groups.
island.
Yeah,
training,
concentrated. Yeah,
concentrated area, and blow it up.
And so somehow they get grapples, and the Surf Ninjas crew they climb the wall, they scale the wall, they get over, and they start throwing full sticks of dynamite at these individuals.
One button.
And this is when the liberation starts.
Yeah, this is when the whole big crescendo fight scene starts, right? Colonel Shee comes out too, and he's fighting with them.
Yeah.
and
but it really does go fast forward.
It really moves really fast.
Yeah,
so there's a lot.
The last 20 minutes of the movie,
and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of choreographed fighting happening. Like there's a lot of flipping.
Imagine how many extras they probably had.
That's what I mean.
That's
where
$1 million
a lot
in budget
of the
right there.
That's where a lot of the budget went for sure.
A lot of stunt people. Like
a lot of stunt people. A lot of specialty extras.
That scene was
right?
probably expensive.
And you
the
got
whole
like
movie.
these panoramic shots of just people flipping everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
What about the guy that kept falling down the stairs?
That was my next thing.
Okay.
It had to be more than one guy.
I fucking loved that. There's this one guy that gets thrown down. I mean, like
every set of steps,
like Great Wall of China level steps.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
You feel bad for that stunt person,
and you feel. You just see a big, huge, wide shot of 1 billion stairs, and a little black dot. He finally gets back up.
Yeah.
Throw him down again.
Yeah, he gets right back down.
He gets pushed down again.
Reminds me of Kung Fu Panda, the first one. Yeah.
And then it cuts to the main fight where you got the main kid. I keep forgetting his name.
Johnny
fighting Colonel Chi.
Yep.
And then Sear steps in with his Game Gear and starts controlling General Chi's hand, the robotic hand, and makes him grab his own dick so
but
hard.
You see it. You see everything.
You see everything of his business.
Do I have that?
As a clip?
I don't know.
You do. Is it 13?
I just have 1 hour 18 minutes.
Oh, here's the stairs. Sorry, we're getting
this is the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Here's the stairs.
Let's do that.
So the whole fight is happening just on the other side of where these stairs start.
This guy's got a wild mullet.
Here's the poor guy. Princess is punching him.
He sucks.
And Princess shoves him.
Like, look at the length of these stairs. Those are not the stairs they showed in the previous two scenes.
Look at how shallow it is.
Yeah.
That is not the same stairs, but there he is. He made it back up.
Johnny's kicking. Damn.
Johnny's kicking, man. He can kick.
And he breaks the hold. Oh, Mac comes in.
That's what it is. The dad, quote-unquote dad,
fucked up my burger joint.
Throws him down the stairs again.
Oh, now he's sliding on his bum.
Same exact shot. Same exact shot. He's rolling down the steps. Best thing, man. Best thing, man. I love that. Yeah, and then the grabbing the dick thing.
Yeah, can we go to that? Can we? I don't know if we're able to show that, but
I mean, why not?
It's a 90s
So
movie.
there's General Chi. Look! It's his dick.
Yeah,
it is completely.
And like he's looking at it like he.
Oh my God!
Look at his face. He's like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, Game Gear.
This is a kids movie.
Game Gear thinks, let me take his robot hand and make him
choke, bro.
grab his dick off.
Yeah.
And that is how. Look at this. And that's how Johnny is able to get a shot in, the kill shot, so to speak, on General Chi.
This guy won an Oscar.
And then after the fight is over, they win.
Colonel Chi.
They start having the celebration. Here comes Stare Guy.
Yep.
Excuse me a second, everyone. I gotta go take. I'm in my Prince getup now with my gold on my gold head.
Your side lost.
And he just gives up.
Your side lost, man. And Stairs Guy just waves his hand like and rolls back down the stairs.
Third time. But then, so what I don't have a clip of is we get to meet Bob Aran all over again.
Yes.
And I don't have a clip of that. I apologize.
That's okay. I have it.
don't like
I have
the
it
Beach
in the
Boys.
board. I have it in the board here.
One more. There you go.
And that's kind of how we close out the movie.
Yeah, they do. They sing Bob Aran again in Patusan Main Street now.
And he's like, all right, you're cool with me, kid, after all this.
It's
the one guy, the one Patusani doing the falsetto.
Yeah.
Why into a dance? Oh, this part here.
They also like throwing the sitar in there because they think it's Indian.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 6 different cultures since we don't know what Patusani really is. Let's just give it everything we got.
Exactly.
Total check your brain at the door movie, but I loved it.
Amazing.
It was a great movie.
Would you recommend it to someone?
Yes,
I would.
For just a good laugh, for a good time.
You just have to give them the disclaimer. Check your brain at the door. But
that's the
kind of.
That is such a green light to just enjoy it, though, is it not? Like, so many movies, they're like, that would never happen. That wasn't realistic. Those graphics sucked. Yeah. All these things to poke holes in it to remind you that you don't just to accept this, okay? Yeah. Like, if you saw this
is a solid plot line. Just watch.
Leave it this way. If you saw this on, it's a solid plot line. It says Kyle, who was well educated in this, apparently.
No, you broke it down.
If you watched this on YouTube, you would have been like, wow, great movie.
Yeah. Dude, for a long time in my life, I didn't do anything but literally go to work, come home, and watch movies. When I first rented my apartment, I couldn't afford to do anything. I would literally go to the thrift store and buy movies.
It was such a funny movie. You told us it was on Tubi, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, no?
So I
if you watch it once, it goes away in 24 hours. It goes away. If you bring it up and click it and don't watch it, it goes away, so that you have to buy it. Amazon owns it.
You want to rip it?
Yeah, you have it on DVD. So, Phil, you got a DVD and a book version?
I found, my favorite part of this is the scene names on some of these.
Oh, there's scene names.
Yeah.
Let's see, Kyle. What are they?
Eat, kill, moto surf.
Yeah. Moto surf!
These are all shirt tags, too.
Blowing up their past. I like this one, Coronation Cowabunga.
Yeah, I love that.
Get the vibe of the movie.
Dude, that should be the episode title. Yeah. Coronation Cowabunga.
Coronation Cowabunga, breaking down,
tempting the enemy, great escapes, and then the next one is and great expectations.
So pretty much this movie made a very big impression on me, and I just really enjoyed it.
No, scene 17. This is the name of the episode. Taking Back the Palace. Because this is our first episode in the new basement. We've taken back the palace.
That's amazing. Before we take a break and go to the AI script and check out what Kyle made for us, I just want to read one excerpt from the prologue of this book.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
And this is the novelization of the book, Surf Ninjas, written by...
Do you want some music for this, like intense music or something? Or is it
It's more like funny. It's literally just going to read the first, like,
Is there a barcode on that? I want to see what the sales on that book is.
Sure. Johnny and Adam McKinn were more than merely dudes. They were serious surf rats. Princes of the Pound Masters.
Pound Masters?
Every Tuesday.
Seekers of the perfect shred. That's it. That's all I'm reading.
Nice. Let's take a break, and we're going to come back. Yeah, this is a longer episode, but it was worth it, man. We're going to have fun.
Surf Ninjas and 3 Ninjas is sold as a double pack on Amazon. That's the next one.
Gotta watch it. So we're gonna come back. We got an AI script. I forgot about this. Yes. And then we'll wrap up the episode. This Full Slice podcast. Go watch Surf Ninjas, guys.
And we gotta fulfill the prophecy and take a sip of this.
You got something in the mason jar. It's always fun trying to figure out what the hell he made this time.
You'll see when we get back.
All right.
You got the RZA right here from the almighty Wu-Tang Clan. Chilling at the crib, you know what I mean? You are listening to
the Full Slice Podcast.
The what?
The Full Slice Podcast.
The what?
The Full Slice Podcast.
The Full Slice Podcast. That means when you get a pie, you get a whole slice, the full slice, not a half a slice, not a quarter of a slice, not an eighth of a slice, but the Full Slice Podcast.
Full size, it's Full Size Podcast. Full size, it's Full Size Podcast.
Welcome back to Full Size Podcast. We're gonna do some moto surfing.
Yeah, moto surf.
Yeah. So we're having a lot of fun. We just broke down one of the goofiest movies any of us have ever seen. Surf
Somehow
Ninjas.
made it to one of our longest episodes.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were enjoying some good beers together. We got a little Tired Hands, a little Other Half, a little Ben Iron
During
going.
some Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Covers.
Is it Beach Boys?
It's a good episode.
This is Beach Boys. Yeah. It's supposed to be Beach Boys.
Nice. Well, we wrote a script. Or I didn't.
We're gonna do it one more time. We got one more thing planned for this, and we are gonna go do a one of our regulars, an AI script that Phil put together. What I'd like to know, actually, might be fun, is what did you tell
it took me a while to get here.
Really?
To be honest with you. Yeah, because it made it really long and really boring. But basically,
the final wave.
Basically, what I told it is that the two brothers are now secret agents because at the time Bush was in his last year of his administration.
Yeah.
Before Clinton took over.
Yep.
Or transitioned. And so I said
they took over.
Yeah. Sounds like he was Colonel Chi. So basically,
my eyes fucked up. I got stepped on by an elephant.
It got wet.
Why is
Water got wet.
Hillary, why is the black guy surfing?
Oh my god. So we got so basically what I told it was I said the two brothers are secret agents for George Bush who need to take over Patusan for resources. And then Colonel Chi, I said that he has to always say he's wet in some form of fashion in the middle of his sentences. And then I also said Adam is slowly falling in love with his Game Gear. So as he
legit falls in love with it.
as he slowly and then basically at the end there's an ending. I don't want to ruin it.
And at the end there's an ending. So I'm Bush Senior. Is he only have? It looks like he only has one line.
Yeah, he just one line.
That's all you're gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. I guess so.
Can you do it? You can do a good George, but don't even practice.
All right, I won't. I won't practice. Okay, ready?
Right.
Here we go.
Are you Johnny?
I'm going to do the title and
notes?
Johnny in the notes. Yeah, I got it.
You got it.
Ready?
Why don't you do the notes then? That's a lot, Kyle.
I'm Adam and Colonel G.
He's two people.
All right.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Surf Ninjas, the final wave. Johnny and Adam are geared up, ready for the final showdown.
All right, bro, this is it. It's time to save Badusan, one gnarly wave at a time.
Yeah, but first, we gotta stop Chief from turning into a cyborg nightmare.
Johnny fiddles with a military-grade walkie-talkie, whatever that is. President George Herbert Walker's Bush voice cackles through.
Gentlemen, I'm counting on you to secure Pakistan. You're not just fighting for your country, you're fighting for freedom.
Wait, Pakistan? Wait, the president?
We're secret surfers now. Fuck. We're secret surf ninjas now. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Colonel Chi wonders why he sounded like Mickey Mouse just now, but he stands next to a vat of glowing surf vibes.
Glowing surf vibes.
As his army of cyborg Johnnies emerges.
Soon, my Johnny army will rule the world. I'll make them perfect with these surf vibes. I'm wet!
I'm wet! Oh no!
Johnny and Adam glide through the waves, cutting through cyborgs left and right with gnarly flips and tricks.
You might like me, but you can't surf like me.
Adam uses his Game Gear to predict their moves, making perfect strikes. He looks down at it lovingly, as if it were his true love.
Oh, baby. I know. You've got my back. Let's show these clowns who's boss.
He taps the screen, a flirtatious grin on his face, as he continues to surf with precision.
Oh, you know you're the only one who really gets me. You know that?
Johnny and Adam storm in, surfboards raised.
You're Johnny, bro.
You can't clone me, Chi. This ends now.
You're Johnny, bro.
Johnny fights the clones, flipping and twisting midair. Adam predicts moves and guides Johnny with his Game Gear.
You think you've won? I still have the power of...
Adam suddenly pauses, looks straight into the camera.
Oh, you want to level up your game? Get Sega Genesis. With Sonic, Mortal Kombat, it's the best system on the go. Get yours today. You can take your games anywhere. And hey, you'll never be as lonely as I am, right, babe?
He winks at the Game Gear, then dives back into action, taking out another cyborg with a dramatic spin. Chi, in his desperation, makes a ridiculous grab at the glowing surf vibes.
No, I'm wet!
The surf vibes explode, and Chi tumbles into the vat, his body contorting into an over-the-top B-movie style villain.
I'm still wet!
The screen flashes with neon colors as he splashes into the vat with a splat like the cat in the hat. Johnny and Adam high-five and laugh as they ride the perfect wave together. The battle has been won.
Guess being a secret ally to George Bush isn't so bad.
Oh, we saved an island, bro, and we did it with style.
They ride the wave towards the horizon, which is the opposite direction, but the victory is in hand.
Kwan-tsu, dudes. I think it means like free beer.
You need to talk to a guy named Tom Dorento. You know, the guy with the muscle car and the black leather jacket. He's got answers. And some fast moves. The camera lingers on Johnny's serious face as the wave crashes behind him.
Fast moves, huh? Sounds like we're in for a ride.
Johnny gives him a pointed look.
I didn't mean to click that. Sorry.
You'll be ready. Adam kisses the Game Gear, looks up, determined.
Oh, I'm always ready, baby.
Camera pans away from the brothers as the sun sets. Fades to black. The end.
Yay! Made me a man. That one night it made everything alright. Oh, I put that on the board. I was going to surprise you with it, but I hit it by accident. I wanted Barbara Ann again.
I love it.
It's better.
It's better.
I love
it's so much better. This should be our new transition song.
Should be.
Yeah, Jan. Thank you for indulging me with this weird movie.
This was such a fun episode, man.
Dude, that hidden Sega Genesis ad, that would be
I
the
tried to
spur of another great conversation.
I forgot about that prompt. I was like, yeah, make sure he does an ad within this.
For Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
We got to talk
a great
about
episode. That was so much fun.
It was really
man.
fun.
I loved that.
Thank you, guys.
And we got to do more goofy movies like that in the past, from the past later.
Or bad video games too.
Yeah.
There's bad video games too. We're gonna do a video game episode later on, so be tuned in for that one as well. Or maybe it's before this. I actually don't know. Sometime, because Nintendo Switch 2 and stuff like that. But
Remember, always be safe and moto surf.
That's right.
That's right, man. Yeah. That's it. Full Size Podcast. Until the next one. See you later.